Hey everybody, welcome back to another Business of Trucking video. Knowing your numbers is one of the most crucial things in this industry. It's really not complicated. Sometimes people don't like to do a lot of paperwork, so we tend to put things off, but I've kind of come up with a real simple, effective way to get a grip on all your numbers and know the most important thing, which is your cost per mile. So in this video, we're going to show you how to do that in a real simple, easy way so that you won't sit down and dread doing it every month. So stick around and we'll get started.
Welcome to the channel, yeah. Do it yourself, semi.
Hey yo, DIY semi. Come on, won't you let me help you simplify what your life needs? Hey yo, DIY semi. Come on, won't you let me help you make a profit in life? Yeah, we gon' break it down, break it down. Come on, make a profit, break it down, break it down. Simplify, don't stop it, break it down, break it down. Come on, make a profit, break it down, break it down. Simplify, don't stop it,
One of the most important numbers you need to know is your cost per mile. It's fairly simple to calculate, yet few of us really actually know to the number, to the penny, what our cost is. So that's really what we're getting after here in this video. And we're going to break it down into several categories here to, okay, my fuel is X amount per mile, my maintenance is this per mile. Now these numbers are going to vary every month. So But we just need to know what they are, and we keep a year-to-date running total so that we kind of average it out. Probably one of the most controversial topics in this industry is cheap freight. Now everybody has their own opinion on what is cheap freight, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But if we really have an education on what our costs are, we can really decide on what cheap freight means to us. I'm not here to tell you what it is. But if we know our cost is X amount per mile to run the truck, everything, insurance, everything included, then we know kind of more along the lines of what we can haul freight for and what we can work for. So the key to this is a lot of people don't like doing paperwork and office work. So I came up with something that's very simple. I've been doing it this way since 2005. Very simple, does not take a lot of time. And it's really not intimidating if you're not computer friendly once you get everything set up, and there's probably plenty of people that can help you here. So we'll get started doing that. Now, the first thing I do is I keep this kind of an accordion folder right in the truck with me. All right, and I take it, wherever I need to go. I got it broken down into categories here. So first category is fuel. Every time I fuel the truck, I throw the receipt in here in that slot. Second is maintenance. We have insurance, scales and tolls, taxes and licenses, fees and dues, subscriptions, stuff like that. Office, category for supplies. Phone and utilities would be your cell phone and whatever else you have, internet. Lumpers. And then accounting and professional services. You can make these categories whatever you want. It's not set in stone. So if you have a better idea, adapt it to your business. But and then I keep a section in the back for depreciable items, large ticket items. I just keep the receipt in there, so it's always kind of with me. I keep that throughout the month. At the end of every month, I pull each category out. Okay. Take an adding machine. Now it's come to my attention that some of the younger people have never seen one of these. But that's okay. You can still find them at any Walmart or store. Total up all your receipts, okay? Category by category. Tear off the adding machine tape. Staple it right on there. January 2020 fuel. And I'll show you what to do with this in a minute. Do that for each category, July 2019 maintenance. And then at the end of the month, your binder is empty and ready for the next month. So once you have these sheets compiled, I'm going to show you here what to do with them. This is going to give you some real quick and easy numbers. Now, if you're not doing anything at this point, this is a drastic improvement. It's going to show you your cost per mile to the penny. I am, however, in favor of taking this farther once you get used to it and don't mind doing it, and maybe doing a yearly financial statement, quarterly financial statement, call it a pro forma sheet, whatever you want to call it, and really give yourself a bigger, clearer picture, and involve your bank accounts, assets, liabilities, everything, loan balances. But this will give you a quick and easy number. So let's get started on that.
Hey guys, so here we are inside the computer here. Now what this is an Excel spreadsheet. Now if you don't have any experience with Excel, you'll obviously need a copy of it. You can download it online, or you can buy a hard copy of it from the store. Now if you don't have a friend or somebody that can write an Excel program for you, this is very basic. It's a very basic spreadsheet. There's a website you can go to. It's called Fiverr, Fiverr. And what Fiverr is, it's a group of professionals in various, industries or whatever. People make video, people make audio, people will write spreadsheets for you. And for a very small fee, you can get somebody to build this spreadsheet for you. You can just copy it off the screen here, send a screenshot, whatever. And I don't know, maybe for $30 you could get this built for you if you can't do it yourself, or if you don't know somebody that could do it. So let's get started here. Well, first we'll cover kind of what's happening here. So down here at the bottom you'll see January through December, and then a YTD. These are what you call tabs. Okay, click on the tabs here. We're going to put some numbers in here just so you can see how this thing works. So we'll make up some numbers. So for income, we're going to count all income for the month of January. That includes line haul rate, fuel surcharge, accessory pay, all the income you're going to receive. So let's just make up a number of $18,000. Okay. For miles, okay, you can. This is going to be all miles. Now, if we want to know our true cost per mile, that includes loaded and empty, going home, going wherever. All miles, that'll be recording the beginning and ending odometer at the end of every month. Okay, so let's just for argument's sake put in 11,000 miles for the month of January. So you can see already right here it started to do some calculations for us. Our income per mile was $1.64. Our total profit, because we didn't put any expenses in yet, was $18,000. Okay, our net profit per mile, $1.64, since we didn't put any expenses in yet. It has not yet calculated our cost per mile because we didn't put any expenses in yet. So let's just make up some fictitious expenses here. We're going to say for the month of January we spent, I don't know, $3,900 on fuel. Let's put some pennies in here so we can, it can do some work for us. Say we spent $950 on maintenance, $955.22. Okay. Insurance. See, here's the part about this spreadsheet. It doesn't care what your operation is. It only cares about numbers. Everybody's operation is going to be different. Okay, so don't worry about beating somebody else or being in competition with somebody else. This is only for you. Who cares about anybody else? If you do oversize, RGN, your costs are going to be extremely different from somebody who does a dry van. Okay, so don't worry about what they come back at. I just want you to know what they are. All right. Insurance, let's just say $450. That's going to be wildly different person to person. Say you had to pay some, I don't know, your $22.90 was due, so you paid $550 for tax. Tolls and scales, let's say $211.35. Now you can see as I'm putting these numbers in here that it's giving you the cost per mile per category. See that? So right away, you know. And it's also doing a running total on your total cost per mile up here. And it's adjusting your net profit per mile right there. Okay, so you're getting real-time numbers here. Fees, we'll just say, I don't know, you had a $50 membership fee somewhere. We didn't have any accounting that month. It wasn't tax time. Office, $45.36. How about that? Supplies, $92.36. How about that? Now you see if it doesn't meet the penny per mile threshold, it doesn't really register here. It's less than a penny per mile, but it does figure into the total here. It's just not quite enough to make that number roll over right there. Cell phone bill, I don't know, $178.88. How about that? Lumpers, we'll say we had $200 lumper fee for the month. Truck payment. Now here's where it's kind of cool. You know, you're going to see what a truck payment really does to you. Right now, our truck and trailer are paid for. We have a 0%, cost per mile on that. Theoretical, not in reality, because you got to spread that truck payment over the time of the life of the truck that you have it. But for right now, we don't have a payment. Yes, we have maintenance, but that's up here. All right. Depreciation. Depreciation is a paper loss. Not going to figure into your cost per mile. This spreadsheet is not necessarily for taxes. This is just a quick profit and loss. It can, however, be easily adapted to taxes. The only thing on here that's not deductible is your truck payment. Okay, that's depreciation. But if you just take these numbers and subtract out your truck payment, adjust the totals here, this would be something you could just hand to your tax man at the end of the year. Okay, like I said, you can adjust these categories to whatever you want them to be. Tailor it to yourself. We'll say, for now, we have an $1,100 truck payment. That's 10 cents per mile. That's a big adjustment here. So our total income was $18,000. Our total expenses were $7,733. For a total profit, $10,266. Net profit per mile, 93 cents. That's money to put in your pocket. Of course, there's some unaccounted for things, whatever. Cost per mile. Here's the one you need to know right here. This is what everybody needs to know. 70 cents per mile based on these numbers. Okay, it's going to vary whatever numbers you put in here. I get that, but don't be upset by it. Just know it. If your cost per mile is $1.42, hey, you've identified the problem. Now you can really, get cracking on it to improve that. We're going to do some videos in the future all about improving your cost per mile, because let's be honest, we can all only make so much money. The rates can only be what they are, as high as they are. You can only run so many miles anymore. You're really limited on your income. You always want to try to improve it, don't get me wrong. We are concerned about this number. Right here is the big boy, though. That should be our primary focus at all times, is cost per mile. So now we know it. Okay? This is our numbers for January. Let's just for illustration here put in some numbers for February. It's a shorter month. We'll say we made $17,255.69, and we ran 10,222 miles. Let's say, let's make up some numbers here. I want to illustrate something here to you. Insurance will be roughly the same every month. Taxes, tolls and scales, fees, and we won't have any accountings that month either. Office, 55. Supplies, 95. Phone, what did we say our bill was? Around $178. Lumpers, we'll just say this month we had $100. Truck payment, we called it $1,100. Okay, now your numbers are different here for February. Your numbers changed, everything changed slightly, so now your cost per mile for February was 68 cents. All right? Your net profit per mile was $1. Your total gross profit was $10,264. Right, so down on the tabs down here, we can go January. That's where we're at. February, here's where we're at. Wait, I want to change something here just to make it a more drastic difference, because I want to show you. For fuel, we're going to just put in 2,700. Okay, so now our cost per mile is 56 cents. All right, that's pretty darn low. I don't think we're going to get there. But anyway, we know our January, February. Let's go over here to year to date. It's going to keep a running average throughout the year of all your numbers. So far your cost for the year for fuel is 31 cents a mile. Maintenance, 8 cents a mile, so on and so forth. All right. Now, over here, this is going to give you your average cost per mile for the year. That's kind of where, every month is going to differ. 70 cents, 56 cents. We're really more concerned about the rolling average because, you're going to have big expenses some month. They're going to work themselves out in the running average here. So, and the same with the profit per mile. We want that. We want to know that running average. All right. This isn't going to be, that's going to be your total for the year. So after you get all these months in here and get down to December and then you go to year to date, hey, that's my profit for the year right there. Now that's not the number that's going to go on your tax return. You're going to have deductions such as depreciation, your days on the road, things like that. But we're talking about cash on cash right here. Your real number profit, okay, before you take paper losses. So I tried to make this as simple as possible. I hope that you kind of like it. I've been using this since 2005 to give me, quick and easy numbers. And then on top of that, above and beyond that, I do some extra, balance sheets from time to time, and have a real clearer picture of it. But this is pretty doggone close, and this is a useful number. So now when you're trying to decide, hey, I don't haul cheap freight, that means something different to everybody. So if you're saying my cost per mile is 63 cents a mile, okay, what does cheap freight mean to you now? Is $1.50 a mile cheap freight anymore? I mean, Christ, you're clearing 90 cents a mile in your pocket. That's not so bad. I mean, some people have it stuck in their head, I refuse to haul for any less than $2 a mile. I'm not telling you, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you, hey, you're putting $1.37 in your pocket. That's pretty doggone good. But just know that, hey, I got some flexibility if I need to haul cheaper. Not saying you should. You set your own standard. I'm not here to tell you what your standard should be. I'm not about, gosh dang, you want to really start an argument with somebody, talk about hauling cheap freight. And I'm not about arguing here. I'm about solutions. So I hope you kind of get that from this channel so far. We're about solutions here. So I hope you kind of like that. Once again, that website where you could have somebody do this for you is called Fiverr.com. Fiverr. You should be able to find somebody to build you a spreadsheet like this in Excel, and then Excel itself would only cost you, I think you can download it online for less than $100. I like to have the hard copy of it in case something crashes on me. So, yeah, definitely know your costs. Huge deal. This may be one of the most important things in trucking, is knowing these numbers. So, if you got some usefulness out of this, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. Subscribe, and we'll definitely make more videos like this. If there's anything in particular you want to see, maybe we can do that. Maybe even in the future we'll sit down and go through writing a spreadsheet like this. Then you can do it yourself. It's not really my bag. I don't know if I necessarily have the patience for it, but we can definitely do that. So we'll see you next time.